And TNS, from my perspective, as someone who was in the FGC at the time, right? I showed up to a random game store one day to play in a Street Fighter tournament, and I remember I had to play Jabali there, and we played the Balrog Mirror, and he popped off on me for winning the mirror match. So I beat him one time before, and I was salty as all hell. And I remember being at this tournament, and also then the next time I showed up, we were at a hangar somewhere, a random hangar over outside the outskirts of Tampa, and I was like, "What is this? Like, what is going on here? Who are all these people that seem to be best friends?" Like, I'm new to this scene a little bit. I'm kind of like the outsider showing up to check it out, and everyone's playing, having a good time. And then I hear, "Hey, we're all going to Tong's house," and I'm like, "Who the hell is Tong? Why are we going to his house?" You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's going on. And then I drove over to Tong's house because I was with Phil Profit. We were both went to University of Florida, and he's like, "It's cool, man. Just show up to Tong's house. Just show up as a stranger after the tournament at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and we'll stay here and play video games all night." And I'm like, "Are you sure this stranger wants me to show up with 2 people right now and go to their home and start playing video games?" And I remember you welcomed me in. I was like, "Thanks for having us here." There was people all over the place. There's people sleeping under tables, people on the couch, people laid on the floor everywhere. There's setups everywhere. I played Street Fighter 4 till like 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning, and then slept on the side of the highway when I couldn't make it all the way back to UF. I had to pull over and sleep. But that memory was like so formative to me because I was like, wow, like this person organized this tournament and was so welcoming to a lot of people who he doesn't know directly, and was secure enough to like let people into their home and to form that community. And that's always left a lasting impression on me. And I just wanted to share that story with you because I always remember that as like being a prime example of what the FGC could be. And I'm wondering, like, how did that even start? Because that wasn't the first time. That was the thing to do with TNS, and that was probably back in 2011.
Yeah, 2011 is when we started TNS, actually. That's like the first year that TNS was an event. And it was one of those things where, like, hey, we're done playing here, you know, whether it was our store or it was at a restaurant or a bar or a hangar or wherever we were at. We're just like, okay, they're about to kick us out now. It's 3 a.m. Where are we going to go? You know, like, oh, let's just all go to my house. You know, we can just keep playing there, you know, whatever. So, and I already owned all the setups. So I was just like, let's just put them all over. And I think at the time it was just me and like one roommate, and we had a, you know, decent sized house to be able to fit everybody, as long as you don't mind sleeping on the floor. So yeah, it was a really good time, man. I mean, the big thing for me is that I wanted everyone to feel welcome. I wanted everyone to feel like they're part of the cool kids club, the in crowd, the what's everybody doing after the show kind of thing, right? And that's a huge thing for me because as an adult, like the FGC is really where I made all of my friends. You know, it's really where I made all of my connections, the people that I care about and that care about me. And you know, the biggest thing the FGC has given me is like, you know, feeling included, feeling like, you know, I don't know, like I have friends, and I want everyone to kind of have that feeling, right? Like the FGC should be a community. I think a lot of people, you know, have formed their friendships through, you know, what we do, playing fighting games with each other, you know, in person, online. Obviously, online is big now, and people make, you know, best friends with somebody over Discord they've never met before, and that's like a very common thing. But yeah, I just want everyone to feel included. You know, that's the most important thing. I don't, you know, people are always like, oh, there's so much fake positivity. I'm like, it's not fake, bro. Like, it's just like, I don't know, like when you grew up not having a lot of friends, and then all of a sudden you have friends, it's like, damn, this feeling is amazing. And now I want other people to have that feeling too. You know what I mean? So that random person that found out about TNS regional in 2013, that's like, you know, I showed up to play. I don't really know anybody here. I'm like, hey, come over to the house, man. Come play with us. You know what I mean? This is Bob. This is Bill. This is Brian F. You know, like, you know, meet everybody, hang out, you know, make some connections. You know, I still talk to a lot of those people that, you know, I'll run into them at like a CEO or a convention, you know, in the area, and they're like, oh man, I miss those events. I'm like, yeah, man. I mean, but now we all have these connections still, you know, we still run into each other, and it's, you know, it just feels like family, you know?
Right. No, that's a beautiful thing to share, because a lot of people wouldn't be comfortable being that open. I gotta say, you had a lot of strangers sleeping all over the house, under the tables.
I think we had enough people that I trusted kind of scattered around, so that way most people were kind of keeping an eye out. And I think, so it kind of makes people nervous. I mean, I did lose a couple of things here and there, but nothing too valuable. I think I lost like a PSP Go once. I think somebody took a PSP Go.
Damn.
That was like the most expensive thing someone stole. And I was like, you know what? It's okay. It's okay.
Hopefully you enjoyed that trash talk or extra trashy clip. If you want to see the full episode that clip came from, go ahead and click the link right over here. Otherwise, YouTube thinks you might enjoy this video right here. And for the trashiest amongst you, we get the merch right over there.
Yeah, that's right.